the need of real feedback. Sohail's thumbnail, which is showing,
Mm-hmm.
we're not live there.
It
Where are we
is.
live?
Yeah, I also see that waiting. That's it.
Rating, yeah.
Hmm.
So it is showing that you
Yeah,
are live.
now it is live.
So it is showing that you are live
Right.
over
So
here.
it is showing that you are live. Now it's showing that you are live. Yeah, now it is live. It was not live earlier.
So
All
it
Yeah,
right,
it
no
is live.
problem. Sohail, sir. So let's proceed forward.
Hmm.
Um, let's
Would you
begin
want to
with
would you want to start again?
yeah, I want to start again, sir. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry for the inconvenience to those who are watching us on YouTube. There was some technical glitch which happened. So, any which ways, welcome to another exciting episode of Entab CampusCare EdTalks, a platform where the pioneers and who's who of educators and the stalwarts of education come on board and discuss their viewpoints on burning topics related to education. With an experience of more than 2 decades, NTAB has been associated with over 1,500 schools across India by providing the matured and futuristic school ERP, CRM, and mobile apps and help in transforming them from good schools to great ones. In today's session, we'll discuss about the need of real feedback in classrooms. We'll understand that how should teachers provide feedback on both academic and behavioral aspects. We'll learn how should school take students' feedback too so that the learning process can become much more effective. To discuss the same, we have a celebrity with us. Please welcome Mr. Sohail Mohammed, the director of Integral Foundation School, Hyderabad. Sir works together with all the stakeholders of the school to provide holistic development to all the children. He also holds 15 years of experience in my special arena, that is market research and marketing. Welcome on board, sir. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, Himanshu.
All right, sir. So again, I would again like to repeat the question. So a child's progress is not in today's world. It's not based on just the grades. It involves other dynamic factors like holistic development, behavioralism, mannerism. So when your teachers provide feedback to a child or to a parent, what all factors are being considered to focus on holistic development of a student?
Right. So, as we understand, holistic development has become popular in the recent past, with so many schools being competitive and trying to provide some edge to the children and attract more students to their school. So, how holistic development works is that they focus beyond academic scores, and then they try to build up their sports activities or any drama activities or their non-academic behavior, whichever is important for upscaling and upgrading the child. In this regards, I'd like to inform you that the data analysis or the analysis of the growth of the child can be done in the basics of research, which is one is primary data and the other is secondary data. So by primary data, we mean that however the child is performing live in the classroom, the teacher sees it, the principal sees it, and all the group of the schools and the peers also see them. So it is live in front of them on how the child is grasping education, how he is reacting to it, how he is performing in terms of tests and exams. So the data is available for you in terms of our primary research. The secondary research is how he behaves in the society, how he behaves with his parents, his siblings. That is some data which comes out from the parents. So you will know that outside of the school, how his secondary data, affects the education part or the holistic development. So these two things clubbed make the holistic development of the child, and it is not just limited to the school time or the time which he's spending in school. In this regards, the data which we get can be done in two types. One is quantitative data, which is measurable in terms of score. Qualitative data is more of behavior and non-measurable data. So all the schools basic coverage is the quantitative data is taken care because the government has given you guidelines. There is a traditional approach or classical approach going on that you have to take tests, you have to give marks, you have to give scores, and that's how you decide on the rankings of the academic performance. But what about the non-academic performance, which is actually more important in today's world and how he leads his life? So for that, what we usually do is that we for quantitative data, the class teacher and the subject teacher are involved very seriously. For the other parts, we have sports teacher and we have an arts teacher, and then we also have a counselor in place which can take care of the non-academic part of it, or any problems which the child is going through in terms of emotional trauma, or in terms of anything else which is non-academic. So these are the ways in which we can try and understand the child's growth. Very simple example I'll give you. Whenever an employee is working for a company, we do not know how long he would sustain with the company, but we know that the objective is to serve the company with the best of his abilities. In this regards, we try to give him or her perks, facilities, and training, whatever is needed. But here in school system, we are building a future of the country and to other industries. And the time level is also fixed, that we know that he joins in grade when he's age 3, and he will leave the school by age 15, or if grade 12, then 17. So we know that we have a good hand of 12 to 14 years to mold the child and to unleash his abilities and capabilities in order for him to excel in his life. And to whatever journey he's going through in his corporate life can be less if he is performing well in the academics and in the school industry, in the non-academics also. So for this reason, what we do is we encourage and motivate the child to perform or participate in a lot of competitive exams, sports, and other things. So how it happens is that winning and losing is secondary, but at least his public speaking capabilities and his fear of facing stage goes away. So we should not cheating or fairing up in the exam or event, but it is definitely very important to participate in the exam. And that's why what we mention to our children in the school also is that we focus on 100% participation in competitive exams, and it is not an optional thing. The more you participate, the easier it becomes for you to face it up.
Because you get a lot of exposure.
Definitely, that's the objective.
Participating in see this is a very common phenomena, and well, you know, sir, as Indians as well, being quintessential Indian society, we often tend to judge people based on अच्छा उसने UPSC crack नहीं करा, failure है. That's
In
the
fact, in fact, that will become easier. UPSC and JEE,
that's what I'm saying.
all this will be easier if you actually participate in these exams.
But I'll tell you what, my personal experience with UPSC aspirants, whomever I've met, they have so much immense knowledge. Yes, it's also about perseverance, and not everybody is 12 lakh, 13 lakh, 14 lakh log बैठते हैं, sir. It's
Mm-hmm.
not easy, but at least the knowledge
The
that is
pressure,
gained,
the pressure is high, but at
yeah,
least they can surpass that pressure
yeah,
if they are able to participate more.
right. And sir, I'm pretty sure, like you mentioned about, quantifiable and qualitative data. So I'm pretty sure that you at this point of time, because judging from your background on market research, I'm pretty sure you'll be doing behavioral analysis and all of the data analytics
Yes, yes, yes,
processes
we
and
do.
tests. Yeah, exactly.
There is a term which I'm sure you might have heard is called rubrics.
Yeah, rubrics.
Yeah, so we follow a qualitative rubrics for the child, and it is a data which is presented every alternate month. So we understand the behavior of the child, and we also have a program called as character building program.
Mhm.
So in this program, we take the child out in the open market. It can be a post office, police station, like what the other schools also do. But we try and inculcate such behavior that they know how to behave in a social world, and we try to judge their behavior in that particular ambience as well. So this is how we can build some activities. Like we also take them to orphanage. We arrange for a lunch with the children, so that they know the value of a small meal that an orphan child is enjoying, and what you actually neglect in your daily life. So some of these things are very important for the holistic development, what we
Right.
do.
understanding from this is that you have a very, many schools would be doing it, but what's different in your school is that you have a very calculative and targeted approach towards it.
Correct, correct. So
That's,
the
I
rubrics
love
helps
that.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. And you have a very calculative, and it's all being driven by data. That's what I
Definitely,
love about it.
definitely. For
Wonderful
any
stuff.
for any industry, for any company, see, we are trying to understand then with when the materialistic world, which is the corporate world,
Yeah.
does so much of use of technology and data, then why don't we invest the same thing in our children when
I'm
they are the
sure,
face
sir.
of the nation
I'm sure,
and
sir.
world?
I'll tell you what, after this webinar, I'll get, and this is totally off the record and everything. You'll be immensely surprised what Entab has to offer in terms of analytical reports and everything. So
Okay,
we'll have a discussion about that as well. But
sure,
let's
sure,
not
sure.
go there right now. I don't want to
Yeah.
divert the topic. So, sir, in
Okay.
schools, we always talk about students' progress, right? Whether it's
Yes.
marks, whether it's growth graph, whether it's pie charts, or whether it's his behavioralism.
Hmm.
But one another very important factor is the teacher's feedback, right? So, how do you encourage the same in your school so that your teachers can also improve themselves and grow?
So we have taken a curriculum which I don't want to name the brand, but it is an activity-driven approach. So they take care of the teachers' training, and that also happens quarterly once. So we should also ensure, apart from the syllabus, what I'm talking about, as a school, if you have teachers who are committed to their service, we should ensure that you should give them training on different aspects at least twice a year. So not only in terms of how to teach, but the other facilities as well. And in fact, in our schools, in our group of schools, we also reward and award teachers who've been committed to their service. So, for example, if they've completed 5 years in our school, we give them a holiday trip with one of their partners. So they can take one partner with them. So that's how we reward them. So these are the things which we should be doing it. See, this is there in the corporate world. We should try and also uplift the education industry,
Right,
because in today's world, teachers, although we know that it's a very noble profession, but it's not noble in terms of rewards.
right.
So unfortunate, especially in a country like India, where so much of respect is given to a teacher, we should try and, and ensure that they perform well and they are rewarded well.
Right,
It
right.
should be a simple
And
give and take
it's even
option.
we at NTAP as well, we also keep on saying that our aim as well, being an IT company, no matter the case, our entire aim should be towards uplifting the level of education on a holistic level.
Definitely, definitely. And this is a two-way relationship. So it's not
Yeah,
that just the school management is not doing it, but the teachers' quality in today's world is also not on par. So they don't take it as a first option. This is the last option for any female, mostly, that if I don't get anything, or the safest job to do is the teacher's job. So this mentality has to change.
mentality, right. Sir, until
Only then,
unless it won't be a high reward paying job, do you think anybody,
yeah,
nobody would?
nobody would. So it's like just like a call center. So if I don't have any job, I'll go to call center. So
Right,
you have so many people working in call center. Very rarely do you see that they growing in their career curve.
right, right.
So that's how it is.
But sir, that's what I'm saying. A teacher has a lot more to give, a lot more to offer. But until and unless our teachers, and ये तो सब private में भी है, government में तो और भी.
गवर्नमेंट तो सर अभी कमेंट करेंगे तो भी देखा
हाँ,
अभी
रहने दीजिए
फायदा
सर. Let's not go there. Again, thank you so much. आपने बचा लिया मुझे.
नहीं बचा
हाँ, सर, मैं तो फिर शुरू हो जाता सर.
that's
और
a different pandemic going through in education industry.
so, moving forward, during these tough times, physical classroom नहीं है, सब कुछ online चल रहा है, and real feedback in the form of non-verbal cues, बच्चों को देख के, students
Hmm.
को देख के,
Hmm.
is very, teachers also have to be on toes. So, how has technology acted as a right hand for teachers in providing and taking feedback from students?
See, this is a new thing which has come for most of the schools, almost 90% plus. because teachers and schools have been following the classical approach. They have not used technology as much as they've used in the last 1.5 year. So now it is time for people like you to actually explore the opportunity and get into schooling and understand, make them understand how it would actually help them make life easier, both in terms of results and in terms of execution. So this is how technology will come now. But we have not done anything magical in the last 1.5 year. It's just been striving hard to get the teachers on board and the children on board also. So as
Right.
you know that India especially is facing the problem like gadgets issues or sibling issues or no interest in online education. But now
The
hopefully
connectivity issue,
connectivity issue
biggest issue.
after 5G, getting into 5G connection, and fortunately after having the least expensive internet data charges
Yeah.
in India. If we are having these issues, then we still have a long way to go. But we have started somewhere, and people have accepted now after 2 years of promotion that they have no other go but they take it as a new normal and then embed it into your daily lives. Hopefully now the attendance will grow, because till now we were experiencing 30 to 50% attendance at an aggregate level. Especially for the higher classes we were experiencing 50 to 70%, but for the lower grades parents are nowhere involved in terms of or serious in the education. So now they will hopefully, now that they know that the second wave, third wave, no, God knows how many waves will come. So they've taken this wave as normal,
Sir,
hopefully.
so sorry to divert from the topic, but this is one thing which I wanted to ponder on. You
Yeah,
mentioned 50 to 70% in the higher grade. Sir, बाकी बच्चे
yes.
कहाँ हैं? क्या कर रहे हैं?
They're losing it, man. They're losing it. The parents are not serious. They should understand. So that's what I'm telling you. As a country, health and education should be given more focus.
Sir,
Now, the situation, what you see outside, you
yeah,
don't have oxygen, you don't have bed. So this is something, not the reason for death. So you should have something which is the level of the country like India should not have. And similarly, as education, as you said, government schools and private schools, this is not the level of delivery we should be doing for kids' education, for our future of India. So
for
I'm very
our
sorry to say.
future is really, you know,
Hmm.
I don't want to sound negative or pessimist, but then again, this is
No,
very
but we can fasten it with technology
right.
and data.
But
So
sir,
we,
then again, data
yes,
and technology can only happen, like you mentioned, acceptance. Why are we still seeing a non-acceptance in 30% of people? And ये एक स्कूल में 30% नहीं है सर, ये कितने
it's all
स्कूलों में
overall. Overall, इससे भी बदतर है, काफी बदतर है. And schools are being defamed that they are only trying to take fees. अरे लेंगे ना भाई fees, क्यों नहीं लेंगे?
क्यों नहीं लेंगे? हाउ आर यू?
So how
Nobody.
are you? And what are we doing wrong? And the first thing which opens after lockdown is a wine shop. So please
Yeah,
understand, where
just
is
imagine
education?
the psychology.
So understand.
Thank you, Sohail, sir, for giving me a valuable time. I will definitely have a conversation with you, whether it's off the record, on the record. I would love to have your viewpoints.
I'd love to also. I think the
Uh,
frequency matches.
yeah, frequency, sir, marketing, na?
Good.
Same background.
अच्छा है.
I love to. I mean, I'm sure I can have much more conversation. अब ये 15-20 मिनट आधे घंटे से ऊपर. I can have hours and hours of conversation with you.
Same here, same here.
I'll get back to you. Till then, you please stay safe, stay secured, stay away from corona and everything, sir.
Thank you
Have a
for the
nice day.
opportunity. Same to you. Bye.
Bye, sir.